to start things off by giving a big shout out to the mill community. A lot of you have been winning store championships, doing really well in your just LGS nights, and even in the modern leagues. As of recently, we see Tibalt of the Red Sub, one of the best mill players out there in history, just coming in second place in a modern challenge, and someone who really regularly plays the challenges. And this isn't, you know, just to say that this isn't luck. This is someone that consistently understands their deck list, knows what they want to do and how they want to sideboard, and finally, you know what, got there, ran a little hot, and that's what you want to do. There's a lot of luck involved, but there is, again, as I was mentioning, a lot of skill involved to get here. So big shout out to that. And I wanted to try and see if I can replicate some of that skill. I took the deck list for a spin. Here it is, and there's a lot of fun things to kind of enjoy about this. A lot of singletons in the sideboard, a lot of cool stuff in the main board, such as Baleful Mastery, and heck, even a one of Into the Story. But with Yorion being banned, it's interesting that Into the Story is there, as the 80 card decks always had more cards than you. So Into the Story was a cool way to just put yourself back into the game, get more cards, and re-up. But with Yorion gone, it doesn't mean that the kind of decks that we had problems with are gone. It is still just as toxic in this modern metagame for mill as it always was. As you can see, still a lot of multicolored decks, still a lot of high value makers out there. And ultimately, endurance isn't gone. As you'll see in this game, it's still a tough contender for us to come up against. We put up the good fight, and I hope you enjoy the outcome, because we ran it through the ringer. And let's see where we can put this little elemental incarnation. Okay, let's go. All right, so coming out here with the winning motives of Tibalt. Not a great opening hand. We're gonna mulligan that. Kahira as, so 60 card elementals probably. Do I do this for the sake of, I can't. No, I got a mulligan. Two. Okay, wow, now we have way too many lands. All right, keep that. Drop this. Drop the Miki. Yeah, because I need the drown. Okay, well, that is what we're stuck with. Mull to 5, but it's fine. It's fine. We can make it work. They did not mull at all, and it doesn't matter. A little bit of modern, it can go either way. Let's see how each player draws it up. Now, there is something to be said about like expecting turn 1 interaction and not playing the crab. But I feel like it puts some cards in their yard, and that way, you know, drowning the Loch, excuse me, is a little bit better. So, is something, it puts 2 cards in there. Yeah. And now I think, okay, we'll play that. Pass the turn. I think we can scrounge something out of this, right? It's not completely terrible. It's just not one of our best matchups. I remember when 60 card elementals was more so a thing. Definitely not a thing anymore. We should set a stop though. Can I just like click? How do I set this stop? There you go. There you go. On no one's upkeep? Hold on. Why are these, when did these happen? Like I've set all these stops. Okay. Reset all these stops. I don't need damage when I'm playing mill. I would like to go to my end step. Yeah, I don't know why my stops have been reset, but okay. You can see it's been a while. It's been a while. So Watery Grave tapped. We'll Field of Ruin to get our last blue source. Or that. I'm down to play that. Because worst case scenario, I can Fractured Sanity for something, but I think putting cards in their yard is good, because if they're going to play like a Risen Reef or an Omnath, I need cards in their yard to kill it. So I think that as a priority is good enough. So let's see if they play Risen Reef here. If they do play the Reef, I kind of just have to kill it. All right, so there was a bit of a glitch in the recording. It's going to be a skip forward, but they solituded my crab, which is not fun, but we're going to draw our Baleful Mastery. I think what, because my thing is like, what if they play Cavern of Souls? I'm like, okay, so they're gonna play Omnath. Do I Field of Ruin now to disrupt their mana, or do I just counter the Omnath? I think I counter the Omnath. I don't know. So I got Baleful Mastery, worst case scenario, Ren in 6, big elementals, whatever. But I did miss a land drop there. Ooh. Put my phone back on the charger. What is my opponent doing here? Okay, so they have all the colors they need. They're gonna play the little Omnath. I'm gonna counter their little Omnath. All right, get out of here. I'm gonna counter your little Omnath. You're not getting that. And then now, on my turn, I'm gonna draw a card. And it's gonna be good. Now at this point, I think in terms of the colors that I want to get rid of, it's got to be the white. I'm trying to think, because I want to get rid of any ability like Prismatic Ending, or if there is an Ephemerate in there, they'll have like a basic or something, right? Like they'll have it. And oh, wow, Tibalt's playing mad basics. And I guess, you know what, the double black is probably for the damnation in the sideboard. Let's get rid of that, right? So they don't have access to all the blue. They still have access to Omnath mana, and that's fine. Not much I'm doing about that, but it's better off that way. I actually it might have been better to force out the Steam Vents, because then they have to get red, and they can't do much with red. They can't do much with red. It's like really only for casting Omnath. Because I don't think 60 card versions of this deck can afford to play like Lightning Bolt or something. Unless they are. Well, it's like Ren in 6-2, I guess. Yeah. We're doing a 5 Fury. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. I'll mess with that. I'll like full power Baleful Mastery that. That's fine. We're kind of going card for card here. I'm thinning out my deck. They're playing out their threats. I can remove the draw on my turn though. Yeah, like I can remove that. I can keep the upkeep on my side. Archive Trap. That's nice. Cast this. Wow, they can't counter anything. They could have Force, but I'm actually pretty happy if they Force here. Like, yeah, they're going to start double striking me, but I feel like I could find an answer at some point. I also shouldn't be passing through, but let's see if they do search their library. Ooh. Do you dare, opponent? Do you dare? Do you... Huh. Okay. Okay. There it is. Oh. Remove the stop. Remove the stop. I'm more than happy to counter some garbage. Let's go there end step. And they have to have like an endurance at some point, right? Like one of the cards in their hand has to be endurance. Like there is not much I'm doing about that. They have to be playing endurance. But all I can really do is just like throw cards out. That's all I can really do. Just hope they don't have it. If they do have it, hopefully they don't play it now. I can draw it down to the Loch and counter it. Because I guess like Living End is lower in the metagame right now. But that's just like kind of right now. That's not saying much. Play Endurance, that's fine. Or Solitude, that's fine. That's fine. They're at 14 cards. I'm kind of in a not bad spot here. And I kind of just top decking. Now I'm wondering here in this case if it was better just to cycle. Middle them for 4, draw another card, just like keep it up. But I think I'm putting a little bit of pressure on them. I'm at 18 life, right? Like it is 5 turns. Let's say play something else here. What do they got for 2? Ooh. Oh, that like taps it down. Yeah. I'm just tripping right now. That just taps it down. Ah, that's smart if I have a Fatal Push. That is smart. I mean, the Fatal Push isn't really going to kill it, but that's fine. They play like something that's 3 and yeah. That's fine. They're playing out their cards. They got their endurance. Yeah, that's GG. I don't think this deck has anything mainboard to deal with like that type of tempo loss. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. There's a lot of people in the comment section that'll be like, no, you got to play it out. No, you got to play it out. No. My good friend, I think you're Your skill with the deck is a little lacking if you think I should play that out. Okay, so Surgical is out. Tasha's is definitely out. This card is nothing in terms of that high CMC. I could keep Into the Story. It's like my next kind of take. Crypt Incursion isn't bad when it comes down to the beatdown plan. I think Murderous Cut is fine too. I could drop like a Fatal Push, play Damnation, go for the Throat. Eliminate sounds good. I could drop another Fatal Push if I'm going to bring in an Eliminate. If I'm going to bring in all this removal. And then I think I'm supposed to... I'm trying to think what this deck really does against me. I definitely want all of this. I'll bring this here. And then I think I want Engineered Explosives. Oh, sorry. I think I want Ensnaring Bridge. Snaring Bridge, Echoing Truth... Ghost Quarters? I guess. Because Ghost Quarters kills like any land. I could drop like a Field of Ruin, play Ghost Quarters. I know Tibalt routinely goes up on cards, but that's not something that I'm used to. So I'm not sure if I want to try something new just yet. So I want to try this, see how it works. And again, for those of you unfamiliar, I probably mentioned in the intro, but this is a deck that Tibalt to the Red Sub is playing right now. They're used to this list. They are used to kind of post boarding above 60 cards if they need to. And I've learned a lot of sideboarding tips from them. There's a lot of things that I've learned from them. So I'm not saying that boarding above 60 cards is wrong. It's just traditionally not there. Is it worth it? I'm still not convinced, but that's fine. Yeah, we'll keep this. I'm actually just going to play the Watergrave tapped because this hand doesn't give me an ability to play Drown. Give me the ability to play Drown on 2. And it's not bad because I have the Fractured Sanity draw. It's like 2 lands, not really the most ideal lands. I don't like the amount of colorless lands that are in this deck, but hey, they got second place. They got there somehow. So the deck has to work, right? Like the core of the deck is still there. It does a lot of the right things. So I'm trying to see if I can't replicate that. Play that, pass it through. Play that and pass it through. Play that and pass it through. Oh, that sucker up. Get some air in here. Okay, so play that, pass. They'll fetch. I mean, there also isn't a lot of graveyard hate, but I'm wondering if it's actually incorrect of me to take out the Surgicals just because of the endurances. But like, this is exactly why, like, I don't think matchups like this are built for Surgical Extirpate. They're better built for like complete graveyard wipes. So with and that's the thing, right? Like this is something that I probably got to adapt to with my solid deck. I'd be bringing in like the Ashioks. There's only one Ashiok. So in this type of deck, I should probably be keeping in Extirpates, not Surgicals. I should probably be keeping in Extirpates because I don't want them to react. Don't want them to interact. There are key pieces to take out, but it is like very much a quality deck as well. You get rid of endurance. It's just a different philosophy from my side. So it's just about adapting to what needs to be done with this deck list. Right now, not too bad. Build some cards. Our Draw on the Loch is doing what we needed to do, right? Like they're going to fetch somewhere. They're going to use a removal spell somewhere. If they have 5 cards in their yard, Draw on the Loch is going to be doing something for me. And then if I can draw land naturally, that would be great. So they know that we don't have the Archive Trap. They are just going to be kind of free throwing stuff out there. And then if I play the Archive Trap, they know what I drew. So there's a fair amount of information to be had with certain types of draws in mill, right? There is a fair amount of information to be had. Ooh. Okay. Now again, Sheldock, another card I'm not that big on. And Tibalt plays 2, which is like I've recently experimented with 1, but 2, I don't know. I guess like you don't need that much on top, but like I don't know, like you're playing Ensnaring Bridge, you're still playing all the regular cards, right? You still have to hit 1, 2, 3 untapped most of the time, and then cards like Mikokoro really mess that up, right? Like if you're going up to Ghost Quarters, you're adding Mikokoros, Mikokoro's like, it's a lot of colorless lands to be playing all these like blue and blue spells. So I don't know. Like right here, it'd be nice if that was an island. That way I have Drown Up. Looks like I'm just gonna have to have Drown Up next turn. If they play Teferi here, okay, perfect. Yeah, I was gonna say if they play Teferi here, I can't do much. Yep. I'll play the Ensnaring Bridge. Right? They don't have a counter spell, right? Which is nice, but they might just go Omnath Pass here, which means I can go untap, kill it. Right? Because they're like, oh, they're tapped out. They can't counter what I'm doing, but I can still kill, right? Like I still have Drown. And then if they like Endurance and Response, that's fine. That's like 8 cards being shuffled away. They're losing like, it's like a 3-card exchange for 1 type of thing. So not terrible, but you gotta have land Omnath here. I gotta kill it. Like I'm missing my land drop here, right? I don't want to Visions. Just get the Ensnaring Bridge out there. Throw it in. That way they're not, like, they're a little bit more hesitant to attack. Now, they have 2 blues? No, they only have 1 source of blue. Okay. I'm just, you know, I see the Dovin's Veto, right? Like, and I know that they had the Fire and Ice, so there are things that they are doing with their blue mana. There probably are blue cards in their hand. But they're not playing. Okay, now they're playing something. I was going to say they're not playing them. Is that Risen Reef? Omnath. Okay. Yeah, they are just going to play the Omnath. That's fine. Okay. It'd be kind of wild if they had the Force here. It'd be kind of wild. Let's get rid of this, like, stop here. Yeah, I kind of just gotta kill it, right? Like, I can't risk it for the biscuit. Can't risk, like, visioning or fractured just to, like, not draw land. I gotta kill it. I can't let that untap, because that, you know, like, that's gonna be a way around my bridge. A lot of people forget, right? Like, that last mode, if a 3rd land enters the battlefield, very much could with like a Risen Reef, right? I believe Risen, yeah, if it's a land, you can put it on top, right? Like, so they play Risen Reef, they play like something else, right? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of ways for it to get to 3 with the Omnath already on the battlefield. I don't need that happening. And then making up all their mana and all that garbage. So they could have another Omnath, they could fetch from there, and that's fine. I'm not making my land drops. I would really love to, but oh well. So they got all the cool lands. They got all the cool mana. Like a Blood Moon here. Let me tell you, a Blood Moon here. So what do they just do here? What do they just do here? Put Kirihira into their hand. Okay. That's fine. That's cool. It's fine with me. I'm wondering if I just get cheeky and like Mikokoro or something. Okay, so Kirihira the Orphan Guard, it's just a boost, right? Yeah, just a boost to them. All right, so Kirihira can now be used for a Solitude, which, I mean, we didn't see last turn. It would have been ideal to play then. In Solitude here. I'm wondering if I just like bounce my Echoing Truth, like bounce my Crab in response. I don't know. And the frustrating thing here is like they have to have the endurance, right? Like they have to have the endurance here. And I don't know. It's like matchups like this are tough. Like I think, you know what? Like Tibalt got there. My big criticism is like, is this the type of graveyard hate that we want in this metagame? Maybe very much so. Because like my philosophy is different than theirs, but they managed to get farther. They managed to do some good stuff with their philosophy. So it's not much I can knock on it. They did good with it. I'm used to the Ashiok. Like, I don't think there's that many quality decks right now that you want to hit with Surgical Extirpate. Surgical Extirpate are like almost always good. And this is a response to Yorion being gone now, right? I mean, they did say they are kind of just playing the same deck still, but let me get cheeky. Let me bounce this. Because then I can push the Omnath. See if they have a counterspell for this. So like a Dovin's Veto. If they do, I will Visions of Beyond, try and find another land, make a land drop, something. Ephemerate, Jesus Christ. Okay, all right. All right. That Ephemerate's going to be brutal. And I think part of this also is just like getting underneath, like less cards for the bridge, right? Okay. 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 Opponent. All right. That's fine. Okay. Okay. That's really did not expect that. Like, that was bad. That was bad on my opponent's part. That was not bad for me. That was really bad on my opponent's part. Yeah, that was really bad on my opponent's part. Okay, so they're gonna lose. I don't know. Okay, that's fine. So they get their they get another card, they get another draw. Okay, all right. So that is something. I'll give them that. Wondering if I should just put the crab out. Yeah, you get the value with the crab. Might as well put the crab out. And then what we can do is get them to mill 3. Veil of Summer's in this deck too. Well, at least I have double Fractured Sanity. So now it's going to get a little crazy. Now it's going to get a little crazy. I'm wondering if I should Mikokoro here, but all right, they're gonna ephemerate. They're gonna ephemerate there. Ephemerate. Yeah. They're gonna ephemerate. At least this thing can't attack. I got the Ensnaring Bridge out. They're probably looking for a Teferi. I don't blame them. And I kind of want to keep both these Fractured Sanities, right? Yep. I should actually just yield through these triggers. So they're going to get their mana back now. Get their mana back. A little bit of ramp. A little bit of ramp. You just need a fetch. Prison Reef. Okay. Yeah. It's getting a little insane. Getting a little insane. Okay. Yeah, bring that in tapped. Dealt me the damage. They got all the mana. Okay. Oh, Lord, this is getting out of hand. Yeah. So now it's a new Omnath. For the purposes of its triggers, it's a new Omnath. They're drawing, they're doing things. Curious. And I kind of just don't want to use the thing. Like the Mikokoro. Just like keep under. I don't know. Like give them more cards. I don't know. Let's stay under. Let's stay under. Let's play it safe. Let's stay under the bridge. Because right now that's like truly helping with the Omnath. Let's do this. Let's get some cards in there. I think obviously Veil just doesn't do anything. Got rid of 3 of the red and 6s. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, still have 3 cards. Risen Reef can attack. Not that that does much. At this point, I just have to hope to dodge the 3 other endurances that they're definitely playing. I feel like there has to be one in their hand as well. I think that's the frustrating thing. Yeah, like this is the frustrating thing. So the endurance can attack, and that's fine. They'll shuffle that back in. So I'm not completely down and out for the count. But I think this is what I mean, right? Like I think for decks like this, I truly believe the solution is all out graveyard wipes, right? Like you have to be able to nullify the effect of the top deck or existing endurances that they have. You have to be able to get rid of the ephemerates. There's just so many things going on in this deck that you have to be able to just get rid of their graveyard. I have Crypt Incursion, but that's not really the game that we want to be playing. And this is just a perfect example of it, right? Like, sure, I can surgical them out, but then I'm down a card, right? I'm down a card, and then they still have Omnats that they're going to be hitting me with, they're still going to have Risen Reefs. And to be fair, it's not a terrible plan, right? Like in the sense that if you are relying on Ensnaring Bridge, then you are going down cards, and it is card disadvantage, which is what you want with Ensnaring Bridge. So it works, but like, it's not like there's 3 Ensnaring Bridges. Excuse me. It's not like there's 3 Ensnaring Bridges in this list. There is just a bunch of like answers, which doesn't line up with this deck, but it could line up with the rest of the metagame. So there is that. I will give it that. There is the rest of the metagame that this can line up with. I just don't know. And then even against, so the Murktide plan. The Murktide plan right now, like with this list, is literally, oh god, and that's what I mean. Like you need multiple copies because Prismatic Ending comes in and just poops on us. So I think I brought in the Damnation. They have Dovin's Veto too. Yeah. All right. Well, we got to try. Let's see if I can't draw a Damnation here. A Damnation here would be really useful. I don't think they have any more Omnath triggers unless they have one more. They have one more. I think that's the, yeah, there you go. So they have one more Omnath trigger, and that's fine. They're going to burn me out like that. Omnath is a win condition. Can I turn this around? Can I turn this around? I have Go for the Throat. I have Go for the Throat. So I'm going to play this. It just passed through. I just got to make them use mana on their turn. That's all this is. That's, so I go to their upkeep. That's the best I can hope for. I'm going to go to their upkeep. I'm going to cast a Solitude. I mean, this is my best opportunity to do anything, right? Yeah, I mean, before they draw another card. Kill the Omnath, because that's going to burn me out. And then the Veil of Summer. Okay, yeah, so, you know what? I just don't think we drew that well. I think Tibalt's list has the cards that we need to win matchups like this. But again, just didn't draw the cards that we needed, and that's fine. This is just generally a tough matchup anyway, right? Like, I don't feel like I boarded perfectly with the philosophy of this deck, so I will put a lot of blame on myself as well. But still unfortunate that Endurance is the problem and not Yorion. Interesting.